As soon as we sign up to be an athlete or a coach or a high performer, our lives are changed forever. As soon as we sign up, we got to realize that we're never not an athlete. Meaning, every single decision I make, every choice I make, every action I take is going to impact my ability to be a high performer. This idea of a 365 athlete, 365 days a year, every single day being an athlete and conceptualizing yourself as a high performer, it was introduced by many, many intelligent people in our field. Fergus Connolly, who's worked in the performance industry for a long time. Duncan French, who runs the UFC Performance Institute in Las Vegas. These guys brought this to light and really made it mainstream. We're taking this idea and bringing it to what we're doing to really help us make decisions over time throughout our career. Now, I'm going to continue coming back to this idea of consistency. Consistency is not fancy. Consistency is just being the same guy, the same lady every single day. The small things, the low-hanging fruit, it's doing that every single day. It's being okay with the mundane. It's being okay with the things that are monotonous over and over and over, because I know that's what's going to allow me to be in routine, to be a high performer. Okay, consistency will be the foundation of everything we're talking about with high performance. Now, I had mentioned this idea of once you become an athlete, it's time to clock in. You know, especially at the elite level here at Penn State University, there's not really that much opportunity to say, I'm not going to really show up today. Even on an off day, even on a recovery day, even in a transition period like the holidays, I still need to be thinking about being an athlete. Now, through careful planning, conversations, learning, I can learn how to clock in and be on, but then also clock out for the day, chill, recover, but still make choices that are going to prepare me for the next day. This whole idea of clocking in means I'm here for work, but I know how to be a professional, and I'm going to handle my business on and off the field always as a professional. Okay? The power of choice. The power of choice is potentially the most powerful thing that we have. It's our superpower. I have the ability to choose what I do right now, what I do for lunch, what I do later tonight, what I do tomorrow. I have choice. That's a power. The neat thing about where we are, we have the ability to make a lot of different choices. Okay? The thing is I can't just choose to do everything. When we choose and sign up to be an athlete, we got to make the choices that are going to put us in the right position. Okay? So it doesn't matter if I'm going to go out with some buddies. I need to make strategic decisions to make sure I'm ready to go. I need to be thinking about making strategic decisions for the short term and the long term. The power of choice is really huge for us. You think about in college, there's 24 hours in a day. NCAA, in traditional rules, when we're in our in-season or off-season phase, we only really get about 4 hours in the facility in organized team activity. Well, basic math tells us 24 minus 4, that leaves 20 hours that I'm up to my own utility to make my own decisions. So if I'm an athlete, it's really up to me. The training is extremely important. The food, the recovery is super important when we're in the facility. But, you know, just by the sake of math and looking at the time on the clock, the decisions outside of that, when I go to bed, who I run with, what I do over the weekend, may actually trump the time that we spend in the facility. So choices, it's a superpower, and I get that choice. The next one, and the last one, is we can always learn. We can also always teach as well. So as I learn to make better decisions, as I learn to try different things, I'm challenging people to learn and try different things. Okay, so as I go out throughout my career and there's different periods of time, you know, maybe there's ample time to try different types of recovery modalities. I have the choice to try new things. In the off season, maybe there's a time to choose different weekly structures where maybe I go out to eat with certain guys on certain days. How does that make my body feel? Maybe I look at how I study, how I work in the film room, how I organize my pre-practice activity. I'm always learning. I'm always looking at my choices, evaluating them, and plugging it back in and learning. And I mentioned the whole idea of teaching. Oftentimes the person doing the most learning is the one that's talking, the one that's teaching others. So if I can look to train and take a young buck under my wing and teach them up and help them learn, I'm actually learning as well. The whole idea of the 365 day a year athlete, the whole high performer thing, essentially means once we sign up, we're always an athlete, no matter what it is. Every choice that I make, everything I do will impact me, my ability to play on the field, on the court, whatever it is for me. And I just need to make positive decisions more times than I make negative. We can always learn, we can always try different things, but we are always an athlete. The biggest thing we need to think about is every single day, if we can go 1-0. Today, Tuesday morning, I'm trying to go 1-0. Tomorrow, Wednesday morning, I'm setting forward with the path, I'm going to go 1-0. I'm thinking about today, I'm thinking about being an athlete 365 days a year.